Hello, hello, and welcome here on YouTube. A warm welcome to both new and loyal viewers. My name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish mixed media artist who does a little of everything except cleaning and cooking and gardening. But otherwise, I like to do collaging and jelly printing and slow stitching and mixed media and all kinds of other things. So if you're interested in these things, you have come to the right channel, and as I said, very welcome here. For the last 7 weeks, I have been doing a fabric collage once a week, and I have done it because I have received, or my friend has given me this stack here of fabric she has made for her own big quilts, and for her this is small scrap pieces. For me it's like receiving gold, and I have used them in all the previous collages, and this is number 8 collage, and this will be the last one in this series, and then I will take a pause from it. And yeah, you don't know if I will make some when there's gone a couple of months perhaps, but you never know. But I have dig these different pieces out, and they are the neutral ones, but different kind of colors compared to the others I have made. They are quite in the same color scheme, each of them. So that is my plan for today, to make a collage with them. And I will put a link below in the description box where I would put the link for the playlist, so you can see all the other 7 collages, and I can show them to you at the end of the video also. And yeah, you know, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you get. I think this was from the book of John Irving, The World According to Garb. And yeah, that is what it will be today. I don't know what you will get, but we will see. So let the fun begin. I will just start doing something, and then we will see if I like it or I don't like it. You never know. But I think I want a long strip down here, and this is perhaps long enough, and this is also long enough. There's a little more color here. And this piece. I think I will start to make this a square. Lovely sound. I won't cut until I know exactly this is the way I want them. And it's a little funny color scheme this here. But I also have this one here I like. yeah, something like this. And I like the contrast there is. The only way that the place that isn't the contrast is there. And I think it needs a contrast there. This is too much, not matchy, but it's too much the same. Perhaps we can do it this way instead. Something like this. This is an option. And I think I like it. And as I said before, take a picture with your phone and save it, and do another one and another one and another one until you find the one you like most or best, and then start doing something with that. And this is also an option, and perhaps, yeah, I wish I could hear you, then you could tell me, do you think this or this? Yeah. That is oh, that is difficult. I really don't know if I want this one or this one. I think it gives a stronger look with this one than with this one. But the colors floats a little more around with this one. I think I will stick to this one. So for now, I will give it a little thought. There's also this option and putting it in there, but then I think it becomes darker again, so I don't think it should be this way. I think I will go with this. So now I will cut some of the pieces of fabric, and I know this would be like this, and that is fine there, and that is fine there. And perhaps we can cut a little of this off. Close your ears. I like these frayed edges here, but you get small pieces of thread everywhere, but like this. And then there was this piece here, and I think I will make this a little bigger. And I'm making the pieces about the sizes I want, with a room for overlap them, and that's because I don't like to have many layers to sew through. If I just lay the pieces down as the fabric was, then I think it can be a little hard to sew on through so many layers. Let a little down this one here. And then this one. And overlap like this. And then there was this one there. Yeah, I think this works. And where was the blue one? It is here. And, see here. I have to go over this here. Yeah, I don't think I will cut this until after. So I think I like this composition here. And yeah, there's blue until blue, but I think it's okay. And you can see all the shapes are, yeah, of course there are squares or rectangles or strips, but they have different sizes, and that's what makes an interesting collage. So I will make this as small as I can, and this is bigger, and this is a little bigger. Yeah, I think this is the way. I can remove a little of this here. Watch. So, like this. I'm sorry. It's early in the day and I haven't been talking a lot. So I will just have my voice in gear. So I will take my glue stick and then I will just give the pieces a little dab of glue. And the glue isn't meant for holding the pieces there forever. It is just to help me keep them in place when I start stitching. And again, I should have ironed the pieces, but me and an iron, we aren't the best of friends. I don't know why, but I will just do it like this, and I think that is fine. And then I will give this a dab of glue here and let this go a little in over here, like this. Yeah, and the last piece up here. And I think I would let it go under. Yeah, like this. Then again, I can cut a little of this off. There, they are sitting. It's a quite moody color combination, but I like it. Oops. I will go and find my needle and some thread and show you how I base the pieces down. Since there are so big a difference in the colors here, I have taken different machine sewing thread because I think this looks, you can see it too much and you can see this too much here. So I will take different color threads depending on where I am on the piece. So I will start here. Oh, my voice is a little strange today, but I will come up here in the fabric through the felt, and I have made a knot on my thread because I don't mind knots here, and I can feel the edge here with my finger, so I will go as close as I can to the edge and make the smallest little stitch I can make, just over 2 or 3 threads in the fabric. Then I will come up here again a centimeter further ahead and go down, and you can go back or you can go back from where you come up or ahead of where you come up, that doesn't matter. And again, about a centimeter here, and then I go down, and then I can come up here, and you make the tiniest, smallest, nearly invisible stitches as you can. I think that looks best because it isn't a part of the image or the look of the little art piece you make. It is just for keeping the fabric down. So I would do that all the way here and on the blue side, and I change color and do this and be back. So onto the last stitch here, and I will just go up in the felt. And I didn't think I mentioned this. I like to sew in this felt. It is a quite heavy one, and it has never been near a sheep. It is poly something, I think. But here you can see all the long stitches and the very small ones here. And I think this looks neat. You don't have to use this as a substrate. You can use an old sheet or some heavy cotton fabric. Use what you have. You don't have to do this here. That shouldn't prevent you to go and find your scraps and do something because you don't have this kind of felt. But I think I will cut a little of this off so it looks squarish. I will not cut it clean because I think I like to do that as the last because it can fray a little, but I like to have it squarish so I can see where to place my other things. Yeah, that's missing a corner here. Away with this. And yeah, this was the way I made it. And sometimes it's funny, you can turn it around and make it, then it looks quite different. In fact, I also like this way here. Yeah, perhaps this one works always. Yeah. We will see what it ends with, what direction, but I think I like this direction also. That is what happens sometimes when you turn it 90 degrees around. You see something else you didn't see when you made it. So I will take a look at it and decide. Yeah, I will tell you one thing more. This line isn't these overlaps there isn't based down anywhere. And that's because right now I don't know what kind of stitching I will do. But I'm nearly 100% sure that I will do some kind of stitching along that line there. And then it is unnecessary to base it down like I did all the way around. It would be double work, and that isn't necessary. But I will find some threads and some things I consider using and be back. This was the way I made it, and I quite like it this way instead. And I like to have a focal point or some strange thing sitting there somewhere. And in 2014, I was at a residency on Iceland for a whole month where I didn't do anything else but printing and stitching and was doing my art. And that was a lovely month, and I could have stayed there several months, but I had to go home. But I can really recommend doing that if you have the possibilities to do that. But that was a great week. But the place I was staying on was a town called Blundus, and it was at the top of Iceland, and when you looked out of the windows from the big studio, you just looked out on a fjord and on the ocean. And every day I went a trip down there, and I gathered some different things I have saved here in this plastic bag, and it is mostly shells, and yeah, there are other things, and I've been using it. Yeah, there's something from also a shell here, but I have been using them over the years here, some different things. But I found this big rusty piece I found somewhere, and I think I like it here in this piece, and I think I like it there. But then I think this blue piece is too big, and I would have to do something about that. And I could of course take a strip of that, but that's too boring, I think. And then I have this strip here that could work, but it isn't long enough. And then I have this here, and this is perhaps too much. Yeah, the same here. But then there was this strip here in the pile, and that one I really think works well. So on again, Madame Jensen here. I will have to base that piece down, because I think I want more of this than this. Of course, I can unravel this and cut a snippet of it off. Also, that is also an option. But this is what I think looks best. So I will do that the one way or the other, and then I will be back. So I have unraveled this sewing here and tear a piece of this blue one out off, and then I will put this one here, and I will cut it off here like this. And where is my needle? And then I will just give it a dab of glue here. Oh, all those small bits of threads everywhere. Yeah. Like this. Squeeze it a little down. And I think this looks nice. Yeah, I will have to go up here. So I am a little over the felt. I don't want to see the white edges of the felt. Like this, and that is fine. And then once more I will do the invisible basting here. But you don't need to see me doing this again. You have seen me doing it several times in all the other videos also. But yeah. You have one view of the things, and until you suddenly see something else, and then it is good. It's easy to undo what you have done and make what you think looks better. So done with the basting down here. And this was the piece I was going to use. And I don't know if you have heard of the ruler free. And I can show it to you very quickly. Doesn't matter if you're I will take a bigger piece of paper. This is a little small, but I'm in frame. If you have, this is your piece here, and then you divide it up in 9 equal squares. You can also do it with a rectangle. That doesn't matter. These points here are where your eyes really likes to be. So it is a very good place to put your focal points. That is the ruler free. And if I take my piece here, you can see here, you could lie it there, you could lie it there, you could lie it there. I don't think I want it down there, but all the other 3 options will work quite fine. And this is these points here. Not exactly. You can of course go a little up and a little down, but your eyes really like these places. Instead of, for instance, putting splam bam in the middle there, that doesn't work. Yeah. So if I want to do some stitching, I want a bigger area to do it, not where the overlaps is. That I would base that down or do some stitching there also, but I also want a bigger place where I could do some stitching. And if I do it here, put this here, the stitching will be here and there's nothing really up here. But if I put the piece up here, your eye will go down here if I do some stitching down there. I don't know how else to explain it, but I think this is the way. So I think it would end up here, this piece, somewhere up here. And then I have taken these colors here. I think I will use, I will see this time here if I can use blanket stitches. I like to sew blanket stitches. So there I could perhaps sew some organic shape, a little like this, with blanket stitches. And perhaps I could also do a row of blanket stitches up here. So that is my plan for now. And I think I will go contrast. Up here this is like these 2 colors, and it wouldn't work if I take one of them, I think. So perhaps it's better if I take a contrast as a lighter color up here. And I also think if I'm sewing something down here, it would be, yeah, one of these 2, or perhaps this one. This could also work. But that's just my thoughts for now. So give me a little minute or 2 and I will start sewing something. So I just paste that line down here, and then I will do some blanket stitches, and I will make them quite big because I think I want my legs up this way, and then I will turn it around and do it opposite, so they will, yeah, look like they are closed. I don't know what to call it, but I will make the legs quite long, like this. And I have taken this mercerized cotton thread in this greenish bluish, I think looks nice. So I will just go down, make a loop, and come up, remove this, so like this, and you can see they are quite big, but that is on full purpose. Come up and into the loop like this, and again down. That isn't a difficult stitch, but it is a stitch I like to use because you can vary it in many ways. You can make these legs long or short, or with different amount of space between them. There are many options with this stitch. Yeah. Like this. And again you go down and put your thumb in the loop and come up. You can also make them, instead of doing a straight line, you can make a wavery line. So yeah, but I will continue all the way down here. So all the way down there, and then I have turned it around, and I'll do exactly the same thing here. I will go up to the edge of the yellow fabric and see if I can line up here at the end of this row here, and I can do a few stitches more, and I like the look of this. I'm seldom embroidering something that looks like for instance a bird or a flower or anything, but if I at some point was going to embroider the stem, not the stem, the whole tree from a birch tree, I think it looks like not trunk, what I don't know what it is, but it could look like the stem of the tree. So I will just go all the way down here and be back. So now I'm all the way down here, so I'll just go through here and go a couple of times here into the felt. So it is threaded off here, and they are a little wonky, and I like that, and it is not a stitch that takes so long to do, and I think I like it. And before I do anything else, I think I will put this down so I can see what else to do, and I will go and find a thread, and I will just go from the hole and around and find a thread that is nearly that color. I think this is the thread I have that look most like this rusty thing, whatever it has been. So I think I want it somewhere like this. So luckily there's a hole here in the middle, and I will just go down here like this. Oh, I can feel it is bending a little when I'm come up again here, go down there. It is like sewing a button on a piece of cloth. It's exactly the same thing. perhaps I can also so it lies flat. Go over here. Like this. And like a star nearly. Like this. And I don't think I will go over that. I think this is enough. And yeah, perhaps I could do a last stitch here, up here, like this. And you could also have given it a dab of glue before, but I think it is sitting there and it isn't running anywhere. So again, just secure your thread like this. So now I know this piece is going to be there. So I think I will just step some of these pieces down also, and that's the same as I have done all around, and you don't need to see that. You have seen that several times before. So I will be back when I've done that. So done with all the stitching here. I had made a double row here of blanket stitches here and baste that down and baste that down and baste that down, so nothing will run away now. And now I will see if I can embroider a organic shape that has no end. I would like something like this. And if you're really good at this, you can just start the embroidery and see what it will end up like. But I think I hope this will give some mark. I can't see that. Perhaps a pencil is better. No, you can't see that either. That is a little difficult. Perhaps I just should start and see what happens. And I think I want the legs going out. And I have chosen this color thread here. So let me see if I can do that. So again, it is just blanket stitches, and I will not make the legs as long as here. And then I come down here. It is a little difficult. There isn't much. I can't go. Perhaps I can go in here. My hand like this. Yeah, I think this can work like this. You have to fiddle a little around here. Sometimes it's just to get started and see where it takes you. If you don't have a specific thing on mind you want to do, then it is perhaps to do a little planning. but you can see something like this, or this, yeah. I will continue a little and show it to you later. So nearly all the way around here. So the tricky part is to end it so it looks like there is no end, but it is just going round and round. So I end up here, and then I just go down in that leg there and do it like this. And then you have this very organic shape. It could have ended up looking in all other kinds of ways than this if you just play it by ear. So yeah. And then there's an end here. I can tie off 2, and then I think I'm done. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think that is a funny shape. So done with this, the last number 8 in this series. And I can show you how I would mount them. I don't like glass and textiles together, so you can buy a frame with glass and put it in, but I don't want to do that. You can take a stretch canvas like this, or a cradle board, and then you just glue it on, and use a thick glue, not a runny glue, because there's a risk that the glue will seep through and perhaps come up here and damage your fabric. But something like this, and I really like that, because when it's hanging on the wall, there's a little 2 centimeters out from the wall, and I think that looks very nice. So I will take some close-ups at the end of the video so you can stick your nose in it and look a little closer. But I think I promised you to just a quick review of the other 7. This was the first one with the stick, and I think they are turning the wrong way. It is this way, and I like the colors of this one, and I like it. This one isn't my favorite, and the colors are, yeah, but it was fun to make. And this was the third one, and I like the flower part there. It's an abstract flower of some kind, and the watercolor piece down there. And this one here I also really like, all the green. It is good for your eyes, and small sea glasses there. And this is yeah, I don't know what to call this color here, perhaps mauve color. It's not purple, and it's not lilac, and it is not, yeah, I don't know what to call it, but with French nuts. And there's this very turquoise one here with French nut and Tyvek and small star stitches, and this is small felt balls. And this was the second last one. And there are some real seashells there, and that's the color I like, these rusty colors here. So and then there's this one here. But if anybody is interested, these are for sale, and they won't be very expensive, so you can contact me if you're interested in buying any of these. Yeah. If you have liked this last video in this series, please give my video a thumbs up and consider subscribing my little Danish channel. That would be so helpful of you, and I would appreciate it a lot. So who knows what's up next? I'm sure I will find something else to do. But in the meantime, take care, be creative, and bye-bye for now.